Rajesh Khanna when he debuted with his film Raj. That if you could just tell us about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beginning.
Actually, Rajesh Khanna was one of those winners of the Filmfare United Producers Talent Hunt, and he looked a very promising guy as an actor because he had theatre experience before that, and it took a while for him to settle down because the early couple of films didn't do well at all because Raz didn't do well, and after that he made a film with Chetan Anand. I think if I remember right, it's Hakikat. I think. No, I'm not really sure, but both those films didn't do well. And then came Aradhna, Aradhna made all the difference, though there's no sign of him being such a big success. Overnight, he became a superstar, and then there's no looking back for him after that. I think it was one of those miraculous happenings at that time, It was 69, I think. And within the next 2 years, I think he had wiped out almost everyone around. The only person who possibly survived was Dharmendra, Even Jitendra was coming up at that time. Even he was a victim of the whole Rajesh Khanna onslaught. Okay.
As you said, Aradhna in 1969 created this hysteria and
Yeah,
craze.
yeah.
The craze that Rajesh Khanna did at that point in time. What do you remember the reaction of people that time, even the madness that was there around?
Actually, no, because I just came in a year after that, actually, into the line, and but I heard about him. In fact, there was a massive, craze for him. I remember at that time there was a massive craze for him, and these two films are being shown at opposite theaters. There's a second one called Do Raste, which is directed by Raj Khosla. And these two films are in opposite theaters. Like one was at Roxy, and the other one at the Opera House. So people used to come out of one theater and go into the other one. And both were Silver Jubilee hits, and then they became Golden Jubilee hits. And it was amazing, though nobody expected Do Raste to do that well. Though Aradhna was a popular film of the time, but both of them did extremely well, and that was it. And then everybody was on the bandwagon, like people like Manmohan Desai, all those people, all the directors, Yash Chopra, everyone was with him at that time.
His chemistry with Sharmila, I mean, it was like one of the most talked about chemistry at that point in
Yeah,
time. Like not like off screen, obviously,
yeah.
but on screen chemistry. You could tell us what is the.
I think it's not only Sharmila but also Mumtaz, and both of them were with him in all his major films, because one had Do Raste with him, which was Mumtaz, and Sharmila was with him in Aradhna, and then all his films are divided between these two leading stars of the time. I think he was a little partial towards Mumtaz at one stage, though of course with Sharmila he had some of the biggest hits. So it was neck and neck with both of them, and everybody wanted to work with him, but these two got the maximum number of films in that stage when he was really, being seen as a phenomenon, and he could call the shots. In fact, he completely changed the method of filmmaking, and that was the first time in the history of, I think, Bollywood, that a film was made according to the wishes of the actor. He would interfere with the script. He would say where he wanted a song, and everything he dominated. And that phase, I think, lasted from 1970 to 1973. Toward the end of 72, because of Rajesh Khanna's own, indiscretions and the way he used to behave with some of the, producers and directors, people had started looking for an alternative, and I think that's when Amitabh happened.